Welcome to History at Home, bringing the museum to you. I'm Sarah Byers. The Imperial Order Daughters of the Empire is a Canadian organization established by Margaret Polson Murray in 1900. At that time, women were encouraged to join and take an active role in providing education, social service, and citizenship programs. Initially, patriotism and advocacy for Canada within the British Empire was a priority. Through a letter-writing campaign, mayors of major cities were asked to call on prominent women to create chapters of the organization. Chapters soon opened across the country. Niagara Falls would come to hold 9 active chapters of the IODE. A key event that instigated Margaret's effort was Canada's first participation in a foreign war, the Boer War in South Africa. Over 7,000 Canadian men and women volunteered to support Britain overseas. Canadian women raised funds, assembled care packages, and advocated for recognition of Canada's contribution. The IODE helped to coordinate and strengthen that work. By World War I, the group's first major project was realized when $250,000 was raised to purchase a hospital ship as a gift of Canadian women to the war effort. Ambulances, wheelchairs, stretchers, field kitchens, and canteens were also sent overseas, when altogether $5 million was raised. It was a time of unprecedented growth for the organization. Meanwhile, in Niagara Falls, a group of women had been working under the name Khaki Knitting Club to support soldiers training locally. The club worked mainly in support of the 176th Battalion, Niagara Rangers. Once the battalion was sent abroad, a steady stream of knitted articles and care packages continued to flow. It was suggested that the Khaki Knitting Club contribute their efforts to the Imperial Order Daughters of the Empire. Members wrote to the 176th Battalion's commanding officer, and permission was granted in 1917 for the use of the name Niagara Rangers to begin a chapter. The first major fundraising event of the Niagara Rangers chapter was a patriotic skating party. Funds raised went to the Navy League and the Women's Patriotic League, and donations were sent to England to help purchase a home for Canadian nurses. Many projects followed, and all activities were carefully documented in minutes and scrapbooks. Inspired by the prolific work of the IODE, membership grew in Niagara Falls. The Clifton chapter was formed in 1919, then Stamford, Chippewa, Lord Halifax in 1939, Lord Tweedsmuir, Lundy's Lane in 1940, Lord Durham in 1944, and finally Edith Allen Jr. chapter. The tradition of IODE continued through generations, where mothers belonged to senior chapters and daughters joined junior clubs. Working together, they filled many needs of the community. Educational endeavors created the forerunner of English as a second language classes and produced educational opportunities for students, including nurses at the local hospital. Successful fundraising activities included raffles, card parties, and auctions. Local and national projects were supported, including the purchase of a Bolingbroke bomber during World War II. Hands-on activities continued, producing a steady supply of clothing for infants in the maternity ward and clothing and medical supplies for soldiers. Special Christmas packages were sent to the crew of the HMCS Niagara. The women's work was truly tireless. Into the 1950s, membership in the Niagara Rangers chapter alone soared to over 80 women. Expanded projects included creation of a joint chapter student loan program and the furnishing of a room in the new Greater Niagara General Hospital. Although activities evolved with the changing times, by the 1960s, the IODE in Niagara Falls became greatly affected by a decrease in membership of charitable organizations. Chapters gradually closed and members consolidated. Eventually, only the Lord Halifax chapter remained. This chapter was known for their hugely popular annual antique show and sale held from 1961 to 1995. This ceremonial banner, created by Kay Rosell, was used by the Lord Halifax chapter until its closing in 2002. Though no longer active in Niagara Falls, the Imperial Order Daughters of the Empire continues their work across the country. Thank you for joining this History at Home.